Welcome back to the channel, travel enthusiasts. Tonight, I'm heading from the City of Angels, Los Angeles, to Chicago, the Windy City. I just love flying domestic sectors on big, wide-body aircraft. And tonight, I will be taking a red-eye flight from LA to Chicago on board a United Airlines Boeing 777-200. From seat comfort to in-flight service, let me show you how the experience stacks up and stay until the end for a spectacular sunrise landing into O'Hare International Airport. If it's your first time here, welcome to the channel. I do airline trip reports and travel vlogs, so if you're passionate about the thrill of takeoffs, the joy of landing in new destinations, and the magic of in-flight experiences, you're in the right place. Fasten your seatbelts, hit subscribe, and let's take off together on this incredible journey. United operates 8 flights a day between 2 of its biggest hub cities, with almost every aircraft in the fleet, from its newest Airbus A321neos to the Boeing 777. I really wanted to test out the new A321neo, but the flight time just didn't work out. So I picked out the last flight from LA, which was an 11:59 departure on the Boeing 777. The late flight also allowed me to extend my trip in beautiful Los Angeles just a little bit longer too. And if you've been following along with the channel the past few weeks, I have posted a number of cool and exciting sites you have to visit on your next trip to SoCal. Check out the link at the top of the screen. I arrived at Terminal 7 at LAX and expected it to be less busy than normal, but it was still hectic. This is one of the world's busiest airports after all. Once inside the terminal, I made my way to the Premier Access for check-in, and this is where I had a ton of trouble. First off, even though me and my family were booked on a single reservation, the system didn't recognize this, and only I was able to check in. After several attempts to get assistance, one senior United agent was able to get the rest of my family completely checked in. Security was much less stressful, and I was through smoothly and we were off to our gate, Gate 74. It was nearly time to board, so unfortunately, no lounge review with United, but here's a sample of what to expect in Terminal 3. I was surprised that this seemed like a very full flight, with lots of young infants. Hopefully, they'll be asleep for most of this 3-hour flight. And luckily, we were in Zone 2, so we were able to board right after business class and the Premier status members. Boarding itself was smooth, and I was happy to see that this aircraft was painted in United's new livery. United operates a small fleet of 19 Boeing 777-200s. The rest of their massive 777 fleet are either 200ER or 300ER for extended range. The 19 non-ER aircraft have 28 business class seats and 336 economy class seats. And these are often used on domestic transcontinental routes and international routes with less premium demand. This particular aircraft is over 24 years old, and my seat tonight, 43A, is near the rear of the aircraft. While the rest of the passengers are boarding and the lights are still on, let's take a closer look at the seat itself. The Economy and Economy Plus seats in this aircraft are identical, but the Economy Plus seats have a slightly larger pitch of 35 inches compared to 31 inches for the seat I'm currently in. There unfortunately is no in-flight entertainment screen, but you do have a personal device holder built into the seat back. A fairly standard tray table, which won't be used on this flight as there is no meal service, and most passengers will try to catch some sleep anyways. We pushed back on time and made a slow taxi out to runway 25 right, crossing over Sepulveda Boulevard and past the United Airlines LAX Maintenance Center. Soon, we were lined up and those Pratt & Whitney 4077s spooled up to full thrust and we were off. Enjoy the takeoff. If you're enjoying the trip report thus far, please like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon to support the channel. Thank you. After powering out of LAX, the pilots made a sweeping left and followed the coastline south before making another sweeping left over Palos Verdes and Long Beach. With a stunning view of the shimmering lights of greater Los Angeles stretching as far as the eye could see, we quickly gained altitude and headed northwest towards Chicago. The flight attendants did provide a quick beverage service on this late night flight, but I was sleepy, so I took a little nap. 2 hours later, when I awoke, we had already begun our descent into Chicago's O'Hare International Airport, and we were witnessing a brilliant sunrise as we passed over Aurora, St. Charles, and then the western suburbs of Bartlett, Itasca, and Wooddale before lining up runway 10 center for landing. Enjoy the landing. As we exited the runway after our 3-hour and 17-minute flight, we made a long and slow taxi to gate B16. Deplaning was smooth, although we were still a little groggy from being on Pacific time. Now to find the gate for my connecting flight to Toronto. Thank you for joining me on this adventure, and if you've made it to the end, please don't leave before subscribing, hitting the like and bell icons for more travel reviews. Safe travels everyone, and I'll see you in my next video, a 1-hour cross-border hop to Toronto, Canada.